Hello, my butterflies. Welcome back to Queen TT Loves. Joe's gonna scoot on in. Scoot, Joe, scoot. Okay, so today, you guys know we are celebrating my birthday here in.
Also, happy birthday to Queen TT Loves. Happy birthday to you, Queen.
I have my sister here with me, Kino, and I have my sister JoJo. And so today, you guys are gonna have dinner with us while we have some good old girl talk. And most of all, before I start, because this is real good, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with everyone. Never mind that she's wearing sunglasses. But people gotta stay true to themselves. I'm just saying. So let's get started. So what we're eating today is we have tacos and we have shrimp tacos because Joe doesn't eat meat. And then we have good old chicken. Good old chicken. Y'all know I love chicken. So let's get started. And also we have wine. Adults can have wine. I'm just saying. Y'all trying to get there. Toast?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Okay, so girls, both of you guys have boys. So Joe has one boy and 3 girls, and Kinu has 2 boys. And then you guys know I have Prince Sky. So we are going to talk today, since this is the month of love, we are going to talk about what mothers and adults want for their sons. We're not going to talk about daughters today. We're actually going to talk about sons. So if there is one thing that you could think about, well, we'll cover a couple. What's the first thing that you think of when you think of your son bringing a girl home? What do you want that girl to be like?
Don't bring her. No, I'm just kidding. I would want her to be like me.
Okay. And be like you are.
Ambitious.
You wear glasses at night. So you want her to like
to be unique.
Uniquely be herself. Okay. So she's not trying to impress you, just be herself and be unique.
Right.
And wear glasses at night. Okay. And be unique how? Like what's most important?
What's most important?
Wow, that's good.
Isn't it? Is that she has her own identity. Is that she's not trying to follow the trend.
Okay.
That part.
That's a real big one.
She has goals.
Okay.
Ambition.
Goals for herself.
Correct.
Okay.
And that she's an individual, that she's not depending on him.
Listen, because that's a whole nother thing. So, yes, it is that I feel like a man's job is to protect and be the head of the household and all of these things. But today, it looks a little different. Women have to work too. They definitely need to be able to hold their own. So, having an education or being career bound is really important because you want a house. You want to have nice cars, that run and get you back and forth where you need to go.
Right.
You want to be
have
able
a job.
Period. You want to be able to enjoy vacation, enjoy the real meat and potatoes of life, which is like travel, good schools, not have to live paycheck to paycheck, and all of that comes with having goals.
Right.
You can't do it on a regular job. You just can't. You have to have a career, which is different.
Yes.
What is something that you want for your son to bring home? Lord, if the girls can make it past Raquel, which is my 2-year-old niece, who is a princess. Okay.
I've thought about that.
Okay.
It's kind of hard because I don't want to be the mother that nobody measures up. I don't want to be her, but I think very highly of my son, so
okay,
it will be kind of hard to measure up.
Okay.
He's only 8, but I see big things for his future. So I don't even want anybody in high school, and I know that I might be just going a little far here, but I don't want him to have anybody in high school. I want him to wait.
Okay.
I want him to wait because I want him to have somebody who's ready and has their goals set and know what they want out of life first. Because, the first couple of years of your life, in teenage years, as an adolescent, you're still trying to figure out what you want for yourself And how do you have a boyfriend or even a girlfriend? How do you have anything like that when you don't know what you want?
That's true.
So I think, you know, some people can hurt other people, and when they hurt a boy, they take things different. Boys hold on to things a little bit different than girls.
That's a good point.
And so I don't want somebody to come in and wreck him early. So I want him to just wait. I want him to do his, whatever he decides to do, whether it's football, whether it's just focus on your education, whether it's whatever it is, I want you to focus on those things. And then pick somebody. And then after that point, I'm hoping that I've guided him enough and that he's seen the woman that I am and that he makes his decision. And then I won't have to say what I want for him. He can make the decision, and when he brings the one he loves to me, then I'll be able to understand, and I'll know, like, I know he made a good decision.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I think that, okay, so Keanu and the father of her children, they were together like since second grade. Okay, third grade.
Ninth grade.
Ninth grade. Okay. So, considering what Joe just said, how do you think that you getting with the father of your children so young may have changed the trajectory of both of you all's life? Or do you think that it was a bad thing? Because it can go either way.
I agree with Joe. We were very young and we were still growing. And we grew together, which is why we're still best friends today. However, because we
skipped a little bit. I know how to say it nicely. Skipped a little.
Our relationship didn't last. Because we were too young and moving too fast.
Okay, so kind of like playing house without having all the tools.
Correct.
To play house.
Right.
I think that does impact things. So I will say that my adult relationships versus the ones in high school are very different. You're very emotional and you're making emotional decisions when you start off very young because you don't know anything else. All you know is your emotions. All you know is what you see on TV and what it looks like, and you're trying to mimic the image of what this adult life looks like.
Right.
And then for girls, because we're way more emotional, and the guys is looking at us like, what's wrong with you? Like, why can't we just go out and have fun? And you looking like, because you're my husband. You're going to be my husband one day, so we have to hold hands all the time. I have to wear your jacket. Why are girls cheering for you at this game? I cannot believe you let them cheer for you. Not that they on the field playing their sport and doing their thing. No, why did you let these girls come and cheer for you? You're just making really emotional decisions because it looks different on TV, and that's all you have to go by. So I do agree that that's a good one. You should want your son to like wait. And I will say that with Skylar, I know that little sucker. I know he be talking to girls, but he probably be like, my TT crazy, so I'm not even finna go there. Girl, we ain't seen one yet. But that phone stay lit. That phone stay lit. Now, he don't respond to me. But the phone stay lit. And I'm kind of happy that he did that because when he was going through his different things, you know, after a couple of deaths in the family, and then we had the fire and all of those things, that was too much for him. So just imagine adding a girlfriend on top of that. I don't think that it would have been as easy to get him back on track or to guide his decisions to where now he's in a place where he's stronger, he's better, he knows what he wants to do in college, he has his framework set, he knows what he wants to be and what he wants to do. Now would I be okay with him dating? Hell no. Never. No. Because he wants to be a psychiatrist and I'm like, $20,000, $40,000, $1 million more. Like, it's gonna be a lot more years in school, so I want him to focus. But then on the flip side, I will say that when our kids date later, then I hear people saying, you just want him because. And then that's not fair because you're like, but I just met him. Like, how else could I?
Yeah.
You know why? And why wouldn't I want
him because?
Right.
Period.
Why not?
Because
I'm in it. I
part,
got my own.
as a woman,
yours.
I'm not looking now. It's nothing wrong with where you work or whatever, but because of the things that I want in my life, I'm not able to just go date somebody like, oh well, at least you have a job. Nah, bro. No.
Right.
Once you tell me what you're doing, I'm on Google. I'm looking what the price range, what you make. What's the potential in what you make? So why, when our babies, because they're gonna be our babies forever, when our babies get with somebody, we like, she just want him because of this, she just want him because of that. And even now that we have set better lives for ourselves, I have found myself at one point like being with Skylar, like, I don't want this girl to date you because she sees what we have. You run into that too because you're like, I don't want her thinking. I got to the whole point, don't you bring no baby in here. Don't you bring no baby in here because I don't want her thinking we can afford anything. I mean, we can, but if y'all want to play grown up, that's going to be y'all kid. But it just trips me out, the things that go through my head and sometimes will come out of my mouth because I'd be like, I would never want somebody else, mom, to think that about me. But on the same token, it's real and it's out there. So I got to prepare my baby so he knows to look for those kind of things. Now, if a girl is on her stuff and she like, I want to go to school to be this, or this is what I want my career, so I want yours to align, and that's why she wants you, what's wrong with that? It's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing.
But it goes back to what Joe said. They're always your baby.
That part.
So no one is ever good enough.
I
It
don't
doesn't
think
matter
so.
if she's a doctor
And that's so
or a
not
lawyer.
fair.
It doesn't matter.
Not,
They're just never good enough.
Not for my baby. I'm like, but peeking around the corner.
I mean, we raise our children to grow up and leave the home, but do we really want them to leave? We don't. So I think when they fall in love, we feel threatened.
You
So
gonna take
that's
my
what
baby.
it is. We know that she's gonna take our baby.
After you should.
And like a natural cat,
Right.
we start to scratch.
Yes. Our mama bear.
Don't we?
Mama bear for real. Mama bear.
Listen, I'm telling you, I'm Queen Titi.
Yeah.
I got that name for a reason. One of my other sisters gave it to me because she has all boys and one girl as well. And when my Zayabone, that's what I call him, he's the oldest. He's the oldest of my nephews. Tall, all-star basketball, all of these things. So when the little Fifis used to be circling around him, look at me. I'm like, no, you can't talk to him. No, you can't be with her. No, I don't want you to.
Right.
I don't want. That's just. I don't want is one word. I don't want you to. And I would be dead serious, but then I'm thinking we spent all this time to raise good boys.
Yes.
Right.
Because that's very important, and we've all made that commitment, even as women, to help raise good men where they respect women's size, color, race, everything. You know, as long as they don't believe in the devil. I'm just saying, I got a platform. I got to make sure.
But I'm gonna always think another woman is the devil.
Keno,
I'm working on it.
That part.
I'm glad they got time. Oh my god. I don't think that. I just be thinking like, I know what women are capable of. I know the way the times look now. If I hadn't heard a lot of things, I wouldn't believe it. And so I've met people that I've actually heard say, "Ooh, have a girl, if you have a baby by him, you know X, Y, or Z." And I'm looking at them like, a baby? Like, you didn't even go to marry, have a good life, be a good wife.
You didn't even know his family.
You didn't know nothing.
Some of these women would have kids with a man and never meet their family.
No. And you're not even looking to be a wife
but because
or
they
a
think
family.
That, they're successful. He's going to be
They
a
got
famous R&B singer or a rapper or basketball player. Then let me just hurry up and secure what they call
Secure the bag. But secure the bag, that's where people get that twisted. Joe has a very lucrative career, almost 20 years in where she works. I have 32 jobs, a lucrative career. I've invested in my education. Kenu has a lucrative career, a lot of years in what she does. We all work in very lucrative fields, and how we were raised by our mothers, and even for ourselves, because I'll say that a lot of people just have it in them. Some kids are born and you just know they're going to be independent. They're going to want, the best for themselves. And I was born like that. Like I told y'all before, walking, talking, and potty trained by one. Clearly, I had somewhere to go. But secure the bag for me means my bag. It means my bag. And a lot of times, we're all married squared. Married squared. Those of us that know us know what married square means. We all are very independent. We pride ourselves in bringing something to the table. So we want to be good women first, good mothers, good sisters, good people, good wives. We are not looking for anyone to take care of us. My husband has a very lucrative career, like very. I'm super proud of him and where he's going, but I appreciate it because what we bring to the table is going to be so much more amazing for our offspring. My husband has 2 sons already, and then obviously we should have one. That's what brings me joy, knowing that what we are setting up for them, they'll be able to benefit from. But I have a piece in that. As a girl, as a woman, and it's not even about being independent because my husband is my king, he is the head. I am the helpmate. I follow along with what it says in the Bible as much as I can, and especially as it relates to my marriage. And so what I bring to the table, I have to bring something to the table too. I don't just want from him. I don't. I want to be able to say, I want to go to Atlanta. Y'all meet me in Atlanta. And I have to ask permission.
Right.
And when you bring your own thing to the table, you don't have to ask permission. You relinquish a lot of your rights by looking for somebody that you can be under their coattail. Right. And then later on in life, when you actually, we're talking about dating young, when you actually transition into your late 20s, 30s, 40s, now you're looking for this sense of your own, and you don't have your own. Because
not only that, you mature into a different person
yes.
than what you were when
every
you met
couple
that
of years.
person. Because I can honestly say, me and my kid's father grew in different directions.
Okay.
We still remain good friends and we'll always be connected, but we just grew in different directions. I think our priorities and our goals wasn't aligned anymore.
Do you think that's because because your goals and priorities as kids when you got together playing adult
had any.
And so then when you grew into who you were, because you were still the young people dating, you didn't reconvene and come back to the table and say, I've noticed this about myself. Let's talk about this. It wasn't a talk thing. It was just going ahead and growing. Because you can be in different directions and still be together.
Yeah.
But if you don't talk about it, and a lot of people don't communicate, then when you grow in those different directions, they don't benefit.
A breakdown in communication.
Especially young. Especially young. What young people do you know that know how to communicate effectively?
Exactly.
I don't know many. And I have 2 young daughters, and we're still working on our communication skills, me and my 19-year-old, and we've been communicating for
19 years.
Since she was little, so the communication skills change, and I think of it from the aspect of also having a 19-year-old daughter. My daughter, I don't see her. I tell her too, don't look for a boy. Just do your school, do that, do this. And if I'm telling her that and not telling my son that, what kind of double standards are those? So no, I tell them both. Just do what you got to do now, because those people will be there, and they're changing along the way too. They're going on changing, and their goals are changing. Get them when they're focused. Get them when they know their path. Get them when they know their self. Because if you don't know yourself, you have somebody who's not confident and secure in themselves, and that is not a good relationship. That's not a good way to start. So get them when they know who they are, and they know their path. That's it. And so I don't say anything different to her then I would say to him. So there's no double standard for me.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's really, really good. But okay, so people laugh at me all the time, but my first love, and Joe, you know I dated him forever. My first love, our mothers knew each other forever, but I officially remember meeting him in the first grade. Child. It was a whole Disney story. I fell in love at first sight, honey. I told him as a little girl, you gonna be my husband. Aww. And when I tell you, we dated on and off until 2 years before I got married.
Wow.
Right. Like in love. Like I loved him.
Wow.
I still love him today because we grew into friendship and all these other things happened. In love, I am in love with my husband.
Right.
But I love him. How do you tell somebody that meets, in high school and they're like, all the bells and whistles go off. They just know this is the person, and you still want to stay connected, but not date. Like, you don't want to lose them. So you got to think about those kids too that are out there and they literally look and they like, that's the one. We can't date right now. We shouldn't date right now. That's the one. Or do you tell them, talk to somebody? That way they could help God. Because I believe in, so as a married couple, when you have people in your wedding, the people in your wedding are supposed to be your go-to people. Yes. They're supposed to be the people. That's why you have matron, maid, bridesmaids. Right. That's why you have a pastor. That's why you have all of that. Right. Those are supposed to be like your circle. Yes. So you have other couples that you talk to and things like that. Right. And you go through things together. So if you're a younger couple, what about if you partnered with an older couple, in case your parents aren't married, you find like an aunt and uncle, something like that, so they can help you through the relationship. So they let you go on your dates and stuff, but then like the man mentors the boy and the girl mentors the girl, and so they could still move through it healthy. Because that could happen. You could.
I think if I had that in my marriage, then it would have been
right,
a little more successful,
right.
Because we were...
Because that's not an everyday type of love. But y'all was in love. Y'all still respect the heck out of each other right now. Mm-hmm. And with a little twist. Right? Y'all, when I love, I love. Don't...
little guy.
With a little twist.
Yeah.
So, I think that would be good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that goes back to, and I'm not dealing with you.
No. You know what? Let me tell you though, okay, so this is what I think about that. Because I did have young parents that got married. And they had me at 16 years old. So they were pregnant by 15. They were both 15 years old. They had me at 16. So they grew together. I think they got their divorce maybe 6 years ago. About 6 years ago. That's pretty old to get a divorce. That's you've done the relationship, you put in your time, you did a lot of work, and then you get a divorce. And that's a lot of time wasted, I believe. A lot of time wasted. And it's all because they were learning themselves and they went on their other paths. So I think that you can find the love of your life in high school. I think you can. But I also think that everybody is not career driven, and some people want to just be mothers and stay at home moms.
That's okay.
I think that's a part of this world, and if we didn't have stay at home moms, then we wouldn't have that part of the life. And
my
if we didn't have
stay at home mom, and she is bomb.
And if we didn't have career bound women, then we wouldn't have that. So I think you're supposed to have a variety of people and the way people do things.
But it got to be set up for your reality. If your husband can't carry that, you can't put that on him, and that's not fair.
And how do you know that in high school? If your husband, if you have a go to work husband and for the stay at home mom, you don't know. So I think you still have to learn yourself. So I think, and this is me saying, I just think that
pause, because we're talking to the team. So I'm gonna just say, That's why you shouldn't have children.
No.
Because we talking about relationships, but you added a whole nother piece that takes it to a whole nother level. And I've talked about that before. Right. Once you have a child, you are automatically an adult.
That's your set.
Everything somebody looks at you for is an adult, because now you put somebody under you that pushed you up.
Right.
And now you have to make it work.
Right.
And it's going to be a mess.
Right.
It's going to be a mess. It's going to be a lot harder. Is it going to turn out to be a beautiful mess? Maybe. And that could be a maybe for anybody. So let's just be clear. But a child is always a blessing. But if you're a child still and you're not in a place to look at that as a blessing, and some, teen moms become dads become resentful, angry, all of those things, don't put yourself in a position where you can steer it that way. Because motherhood, fatherhood is supposed to be a beautiful thing, and you don't want to taint the beauty of something that you should have been able to enjoy. And so that's why those things are not necessarily good. And you always have to, and I'm always going to keep it real with you guys, you always got to go back to the root of, well, if you didn't do that, because you shouldn't have. So now that we are here, now you're dealing with trying to put the puzzle back together after you already put the puzzle in the frame. You can't put the puzzle in a beautiful frame until it's done. You can't serve a steak on a trash can. You just can't. Is that steak amazing? That steak is amazing, but you tainted that steak.
It's the delivery.
It's the delivery.
Why have to fix it if
It's
you
the
do
delivery.
it right in the first place?
And for now,
to fix it.
with all of the social media, with all of, everybody has a phone, with all of the nonprofit groups, with all of the mentoring opportunities, with all of the YouTube, with all of the resources, if you have a baby these days, I feel like it's because you want one. Because if you didn't, then you would take the measures. Now, I know people that have gotten pregnant with that happening, and in that case, people are a lot more willing to help you. If you could tell them, I did this, this, and this, and this happened. But if you are looking at that as far as just immediate family, because now you just push the family, but you don't have a foundation. So that's not going to work. So, yes, like Keanu said, I believe that, and like my idea, we had a lot more people in the village, then their marriage would have been different. My marriage is different because of it, and we still have our bumps and bruises, but through our bumps and bruises, we can talk to people that understand. We can talk to, I can call Joe and tell her whatever's going on, and we could talk about it as married women. I could talk about it with some of my single friends, because morals are morals, period. You don't have to be married and then all of a sudden you can only talk to married people. I don't like that. I don't like that at all, because if you have morals, like I said, you have them. If you have wisdom, you have wisdom. If you love me and support me, you love me and support me whether you're married or not. That doesn't have anything to do with it. So don't ever alienate your friends because you're in a relationship and they're not, and they won't understand. Girl, bye. They could probably give you better advice than some people. I'm just saying.
Especially if they love you. They want to see you flourish.
They want to see you flourish. And it's some of the things is common sense. And some of the things they can see it and move the pieces around better because their feelings is not in it, but they know you and they know your partner. So they can help you like, girl, now you know he did like this, just talk to him like that. And do you know she probably just crying for the next 2 weeks for no reason? Just keep telling her she crying for a reason and rub her back. She's just emotional. But that's what happens in a relationship. And if you have people around you that help you protect your relationship, protect your marriage, teach you things along the way, and you're absorbing it, I think that at any age that is appropriate to begin dating. I wouldn't say fall in love in first grade like I did, but honey, the bells and whistles went off. They went off. I'm just saying it could, so you got to speak to reality. My channel is about being realistic. I'm that TT. I'm not going to pretend like I didn't grow up and have certain feelings and disregard kids' feelings, because I feel like people get in front of kids when they become adults and then it's like, well, don't do this and don't do that. And oh my God, if you wouldn't have, I had a lot of you wouldn't have. I'm just saying, like, keep it real. Keep it real. That's the only way we're going to help them and they feel comfortable coming. I get so many inboxes from people from Africa asking me questions, and and I answer them. I tell them everything. I don't bring it to the show. I don't bring their name. And I find that they come back more and more with the questions that they have. They've even asked me like questions like what it's like to be married and all kind of things. And I think that's amazing. That's why I started what I started.
Right.
It takes a lot to be in front of other people. So when you do it, either do it wholly and wholeheartedly and with transparency, or don't do it at all.
That's right.
And if something touches a boundary, just say, that's a boundary I'm not willing to do right now. But I have somebody else. Of course I do. I have other people that are willing to talk about a lot of things.
Right.
But yeah, so we are going to end on that note so we can hurry up and finish stuff in our face. And then we are going to...
And we can get some more wine.
I'm just saying. So we can finish our girl time. But we will go ahead and end there. And I thank my girls for taking this time with me. We definitely got a lot of comfortable. We had to go to Sam's Club and buy some outfits. We had to get comfy. Honey. So that is it. So goodbye, butterflies. Goodbye.
Flutter,
Goodbye,
flutter.
butterflies. Goodbye. Goodbye.